like, how do you help the AI systems and language models to generate convincing sounding things that can be completely wrong? So you comply it and you align it with restaurant, and it's part of the training and hard to do. It's a very new and open research. A lot of questions whether the current architectures for LNMs, as you continue scaling it, what happens, and a lot of it's been cited in the last year, clearly occulted NT models, and I put out I'm able to do it as well that level of quality, and this fuels different ends, and it's like the foundation of a building block. Products, experiences, and other realizations as well that can be breakthroughs. And if there are other breakthroughs quickly, then it's more closer to general intelligence. And it's a pretty critical idea that it's luxury and vegan and it's up. And how long is it going to take to get there? And people to allow. And is it simply a scaling question? And the Carlo is closer to general intelligence. And I think there's more of it. Fundamental stuff and the difficult get here. And this extra alignment step that will be a surprise to a lot of folks. Hundreds of millions of people potentially using products that integrate that. And you can start seeing the civilization transporting effects achieving quote unquote super intelligence, super transformative without being super intelligent and being amazing in value through this very different level of technology. And I'm excited to work on all these products in the next few years, creating a lot of whiplash and a number of breakthroughs and stretch. And this time bringing these products and experiences that we use and benefit from. But I don't know, there's just one today diagnosis. And if small businesses, really individual entrepreneurs, hit a hot nail, and customer support and people that are surfing and what's happening, I think that's a vegetable in the zombie people. It's just super exciting to create a better experience for people who are Lakatona. So I don't know if you know that. What is it? A billion people using WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. So any kind of AI-fueled products that are built into it, and we talk about anything with limbs, a lot of impact, and any of those ideas for the possible products and may integrated into these platforms that are basically good people. There are three main categories of effect that work known. Right? The first, and I think the probably most important and interesting one, is the assistant in the agent that you can talk to. And I view what I see with OpenAI and others, Google building one singularity AI like ChatGPT that you talk to. And my view is that there are going to be a lot of different ambulances that people are going to want to engage with in a lot of different apps that you have relationships with. So roles for you. And so I think where there are going to be people are reasoning with a lot of sickening technologies and the biggest distinctions and what is. And that field of assistance. And every creator will ultimately want some kind of AI that can proxy them and be something what their fans can interact with, and they can interact with the fans. With a common critter, building a community with people and tools that identify themselves well. 24 hours a day, having an ability to unlock your personality. And, or, like if you fancy the information on the character, that's going to give you some super valuable idea. One singular AI with different entities engaging with a couple at the same time. Every business in the world is going to want that AI that, that has your page and your Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp, whatever you want to point people to. AI that people can interact with. The AI is going to sell your products to your competitors. And they're just going to be like one singular thing that answers all the questions for the person and aligns with you, and that doing the best support products, a clear need in the market and people's lives. And there are going to be a bunch of these figuring out the research and the personalization that you're talking about in that one godlike lab. Huge dimension. And that diversity of matter. So that those kind of brains, when people create and efforts to getting them into the right hands, there's a clear kind of interesting product direction. Furley and big companies are taken in Alliance Vale with what you are talking about in that community-oriented, more democratic approach. That one truth and thanking all development. And that part has to be very interesting. And we have to talk about that and the application of that approach being different from what other people are taking at that time. So it finds its way into the well-built reality, the simpler Caillou and the photos on Instagram and Twitter, all the so Kevin takes the photo and telepathically connects the thing to the tool. And the aesthetics of the image generation, synchronicity, that kind of play off in that business and space. There are a lot of tools that are stamps. That are every single basic involved in the feature. Basic do. Get all at how telling us dog walkers willing to walk people's dogs and finding the right people to like create the ad that's going to perform the best through that system that connects you to the right people. And that's soup of an idea, generating a language. Rigorous A/B testing for you. And that works in the best custom that's how all finds its way in the human being and the element and the neural network of the fungi mycelium. And there are a lot of examples that's the better rap. And a lot of stuff is possible with it. With that framework that's new, having the technology that can generate the ideas for you. And it's going to be across like a mildew. And you want to create, and it create the code for you. It's natural language and use. Interacting all with the computer. And if it's more of it, just what everyone can do using the natural language translating it. And then with the really interesting outcomes, now to me, and links it to the full copy of myself. And I joked with that how never closer now. Literally having to interact with the absurd situation I'm in. That large, like language model. That I have to have a conversation with the pig. And I listen. Getting out of line and heavy quotation and having a little bit more respect for it. That the Kamal have. And that seems like an amazing way to link the product with a human.